Okay, guys, so this is your boy Dark Raikou here with What If Issei Was a Jinchuuriki Part 3. Now, before I continue on, I know some people ask me to do What If Issei was, well, a darkness user and was a stray, or became a stray. Part 3? Yeah, Part 3, no, Part 4. Wait, no, wait, yeah, Part 3. Now, of course, some people ask to do it tomorrow, which when they asked, it was like 6 hours ago, which tomorrow should be today, but no, fuck that. I'm too damn tired. Or, not too damn tired. I went to sleep at 7, I want to say 7 or 8 when I got back home, because, well, pretty much I went to the panaderia. Now, if you don't know what the panaderia is, it's basically donuts, but for mostly Mexican. Like Mexican donuts, okay? It's like pan, but yeah. And I went to like 4 different stores looking for the fucking pan that I want, or donut mostly that I wanted. And 4 of those stores didn't fucking have them, so of course, I just decided to grab some like donuts that I haven't remembered tasting since I was a child. Well, I haven't tasted them since I was a fucking child, so of course I decided to buy them. I had money, I bought them. Yeah. I don't think that's how you spend money that well. But whatever. Yeah, so I went to so many of them. And none of them had my favorite fucking donut. Well, mostly upon donut, mostly that my mom kind of made me got, what's it called, addicted to it. Leave me alone, okay? It was actually really fucking delicious. But it's sad that in 4 of those fucking Mexican restaurants, not Mexican restaurants, Mexican, what's it called, shops, they didn't have it. But instead I bought myself some other stuff. But yeah, so that's why I didn't record. I was going to record after I recorded what's it called. What if Issei was what's it called? Well, was a reincarnation of Zoro Noah and what's it called, Grimjo? I was going to record another video, but then I got too lazy and watched YouTube, and then I got also too lazy. Well, not too lazy. Then I go to the store and yeah, blah blah blah. So you can see, it was kind of a long day. And when I got back home, instead of recording at 8 o'clock, I fell asleep only for a little. I was going to just take a little nap. I woke my ass back up at like 10:30. I was like, oh shit, well, so much for that. Small nap for me. Well, I did woke up at 9 and I said, nah, you know what, I'll take a smaller nap. It won't be that long and woke my ass, yeah. Pretty much, yeah, small nap for me is like 2 hours later. But don't worry about that. So yeah, I'm pretty much awake, like really fucking awake. So of course, well, I have a little bit of sleep inside me, but man, I can just go through it. But pretty much, let me go into this what if. I know I'm rambling on, but yeah. But let me continue on with this what if. So this is what if Issei was a Jinchuuriki. Now after this, I am going to do part 2 for what if Issei, if I can get to it. What if Issei was it called, or has soul magic, because I have some ideas for it. And I might also do tomorrow, what's it called, part 4 for what if Issei was what's it called, the reincarnation of Grimjow and other things, because well, I have an idea for it. But yeah. Not the point. It might contain of Zoro getting lost in multiple other universes and accidentally learning some stuff. Not the point. Let me begin. This is what if. Let me shut the fuck up. But yeah. Sorry, I'm rambling on. It's way too much. But let's begin. We go into Issei just starting to wake up. Well, he's in his room, and of course he doesn't remember much. The only thing he remembers was seeing Aika's death, and this is where he starts getting angrier. But this is where, well, he started getting calmer after a while. Mostly, like, someone appeared right in front of him. Mostly, it wasn't, well, Aika or anyone. It was mostly, what's it called? Well, Matsui was saying, dude, stop getting angry. I can literally feel it. I'm trying to fucking fall asleep. Which, he didn't get calm. He just got annoyed, but yeah. But, of course, where Issei said, what is it? What day is there? What hour is it? It's been 2 days since you passed the fuck out. Since you almost went into a berserk rage state. A murderous rage state that you managed to just kill a fallen angel. But not the point. The devils in our school literally saw you transform into that beast. Now, of course, we're literally going to not go to school for a couple of days. Until those damn devils literally forget about us. So yeah. That's right, well. He says, I see. So do 2 days? Yep, 2 days and a couple of hours. Right now it's the middle of 5 o'clock, and I am next to your room because, well, Morohama thought it would be a good idea. Because Morohama right now is in the civilian room, mostly security room, trying to make sure that no devils decide to show up to our house. Because if that happens, well, Murahama is going to literally kill them. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a damn if he's going to actually start a war with the devils. Besides, the most important here is that you are okay. And I don't even know if those evil pieces would transform you. Would they? Or would your, tendon decide to slap those freaking pieces away out of your body and decide to go into a rage state and literally kill the devils? Issei said, probably the second option? Yeah, I would have guessed too much. I would have guessed that much, but yeah. But we gotta, just rest more, bro. He did go into almost a rage state and actually kill someone because Aika. Jesus Christ, I wasn't expecting you to fall in love with Aika that fast and go into a rage state for her. That's where Issei said, sorry about that. Whatever, dude, just go to sleep. This is where, Matsui disappears, and this is where Issei then started thinking, Aika. This is where, someone in his head said, you know she's not dead. This is where Issei said, who said that? Me, you dumbass. Hi, me. The name's Issei. Is that a fucking dad joke? This is where Issei said, no. Let me actually tell you. This is where he drags Issei into his mindscape. This is where Issei is somewhere in his mindscape, but he sees a giant, literally a huge, golden but silver cage right now, mostly like gates, blocking something that's behind it that has literally a red crimson, a very crimson but not slick eye, but mostly a one giant crimson one eye that kind of has tomoyas in it, and it looks like the Renegon. This is where its skin is all silvery, and of course it's mostly looks like skin. It doesn't even look like fur. But of course, but the skin is kind of a dark gray. But this thing has like 10 tails behind him right now, flowing through, randomly kind of smashing into the wall. But the wall doesn't crack, even though with a very huge hit to the wall, it looks like it trembles, but doesn't actually break anything. Doesn't work, there seems to be a very complex seal on the gate, and of course the thing right now just snorts at seeing Issei. This is where Issei said, This is where Issei falls down to the ground because this shit is the most terrifying thing. He only heard the fucking rumors and stories about the Ten-Tails, but this shit looks even terrifying and up close. This is where Issei said, what the fuck are you? This is where, the thing say, you idiot. I am the Ten-Tails. I am the Jubi. How much of an idiot are you supposed to be? Aren't you supposed to be my damn container? Or not container. Aren't you supposed to be the person that contains me? How much of a dumbass are you? Issei said, well, if you already know what happened outside, then you already know that I don't know much information about you, asshole. Issei said very angrily. This is where, the giant beast scoffs at Issei and says, oh, I'm sorry. But you see here, I'm sorry for your older Nissan deciding to go crazy with power and actually killing off everyone that you fucking love. It's where Issei glares at this giant Biju with his eyes transforming in an instant. Shut the hell up, Issei said with such venom and anger in his voice. Ever remembering someone that literally he fucking hates for his entire life. This is where, the Jubi scoffs again and says, what? What are your, Renegons supposed to do to me? Control me? You can do that. I wouldn't give a damn. I still wouldn't damn help you even if you control me. So where Issei scoffs and says, I'm not here to control you. You're the one here to call me. What do you mean Aika's not dead? Oh god, you're an idiot. You're surely a fucking moron. I wasn't expecting that. Issei scoffs at, the Jubi, and this is where, the Jubi explains that even though Issei might have accidentally almost lost control since Aika's death, he didn't fully lose control in the madness and chaos that the Jubi kind of produces for any container. Because any container that has him would literally lose their mind in madness, chaos, and just a dream state. But of course, that's not the case for Issei. Issei has had the Jubi for like a while, like a pretty much a while. Like any normal other person that ever decides to contain the Jubi, either being the Uzumaki can last a little bit longer than any of the other clans. But like the Uchihas or any of the other clans, they would have gone madness and tried to kill everyone. Now, of course, for Issei being a direct descendant, well, mostly yeah, a direct descendant from Hagoromo, what's it called? Yeah, Hagoromo, Utsutsuki. He basically has more resistance from the chaos and madness. This is where, Issei said, okay, and what do you mean with that? You basically resist me with your own unconscious, thanks to the fact that, well, mostly Aika, that girl, you actually heal by yourself without even trying. Or, well, you did try, it's just, well, you kind of did it unconsciously, okay? I see. And right now, look at yourself right now. Are you going in madness after seeing me? He says, I guess not. Yeah, it's either your eyes are actually protecting you from going into madness and chaos, or you're just that fucking good, kid. Not really, I'm not getting your arrogant ass. But still, I'm just saying. He says, I see. So does that mean that Aika, that girl, was... Yes, she was a devil. How do you think that light spirit fucking affected her more than anyone else? I mean, a normal human would have a little bit of time to literally survive it. But she was a devil, so of course she got poisoned from it. But even though she got poisoned, your healing, mostly your, what's it called, silverish chakra managed to heal her in an instant. Yeah, you're fucking welcome, kid. Mostly your silver chakra is mostly from Hagoromo's blood, and at the same time it's basically me helping you. So yeah. At the same time, I should also mention that I used to be a mindless tail beast that didn't like anyone. Now, of course, being sealed inside you and being with you for about 10, well not 10, mostly 14 fucking years, or yeah, 14 fucking years, I can say that I am more, how should I say, I am more like my original, well, other states. I'm more calm, gentle, and less madness and chaos. And that means I don't really affect you that much neither. Pretty much something with your chakra calms me down from going into madness and chaos and other things. So pretty much when you almost lost control, instead of going into a berserk state, I managed to take control a little bit and decide to help you. But of course, even with the taking control a little bit, but you still being unconscious, you still had enough anger and resentment for what's it called, the fallen angel, that you basically slaughter him and almost went into madness. But of course, you pass out after that. But yeah, I mostly had to somehow knock you out with a huge potion of silver chakra. That's where, oh, he says it. Oh, I see. But not the point, kid. Pretty much, I'm more wiser, more nicer. I guess you can say that in your human terms. But yeah, I'm here. Also, you also unlock something else. You can go talk to him. He's over there right now taking a fucking nap. Stupid fucking dragon. He kind of just screams out. This is where, well, we go into something going, he's right now sleeping. This is where, well, he says, does he sleep like that? I don't know. He's been sleeping for a fucking while. Actually, ever since you were born and I was still here, I've been seeing that stupid dragon glimpses most of the time. But now since you gotten older, being 17 and containing me for a while, I guess I made you much more stronger since I've been sealed inside you for 14 years. But yeah, he's been there taking a fucking nap instead of helping. Doesn't work well. He squats up and says, oh god. Doesn't work well. Jubi says, I wish I can reach him and literally fucking wake him up. Doesn't work well. The Jubi seems to be the Jubi seems to be much bigger than Drake himself, but yeah, don't worry about it. So okay, Drake is the height of 179.9, something like that. And of course, Jubi, I searched it up, is 218.5, I think so, wait. Nope, 0.9. So yeah. So pretty much Jubi is pretty much bigger than what's it called, Drake. But pretty much Jubi really wants to just kick the fucking teeth into, well, Drake. Because Drake isn't waking up any damn time. But this is where, well, the Juby says, that guy's quite annoying. This is where, well, then the Juby thought of it and actually had a little small grin to him. Even if his face looks completely kind of different. But this is where, well, he then looks at Issei and says, I think I have an idea to wake that stupid fucking red dragon up. This is where, well, Issei says, really? How? I'll give you some chakra. That would be a one-tailed cloak. Because that's most you can actually control. The two tails is burning able. You are only halfway there. But with this one-state cloak, I want you to also reach out and think of something so powerful like a gauntlet or something. Mostly like how you did it last time. This is where Issei nodded. And I want you to punch the shit out of the dragon. Issei says, this doesn't sound like a good idea. Who will you listen more? That's where mostly the Juby said. Issei said, do you want to listen to the powerful being that you basically have more of a connection, or the stupid fucking lazy dragon that hasn't woken up? This is where, well, he says, I guess you have a point. Good, now go. This is where the Juby puts like silver chakra from, what's it called, the gate, well, not gate, mostly the gate, mostly sending through it. And of course, where Issei was wrapped up in a, what's it called, silver cloak. And this is where he then rushes to the dragon. And of course, where, well, he screams out, wake the fuck up! This is where, well, a gauntlet appears, a red gauntlet going to second liberation and punching the shit out of what's it called, Drake. Even though he finally kind of woke up, but this is where Drake said, huh? It gets like hit in the face. Right now, push up, well, mostly push like backwards or kind of just push to the side. Pretty damn hard, like his tooth kind of just shattered or something. But of course, this is where he finally woke up and said, what the fuck? This is where he screams at Issei. This is where, well, Issei said, hey. If I just wanted to talk to you, but you wouldn't woke up. You could have just used the gauntlet. You could have literally just used the gauntlet to wake my ass up. Why the hell did you just punch me? This is where he spits out like a tooth, and this is where he says, you made me lost a fucking teeth. This is where, well, the Juby was fucking laughing. Just laughing his ass off. Seeing Drake finally wake up and seeing him just lose a fucking tooth. This is where Drake growls at the Juby and says, shut the fuck up. This is where Juby says, oh, what are you gonna do about it, you fucking stupid dragon? This is where the Juby said right now, kind of smirking and grinning at what's it called, Drake. And Drake says, I'm gonna fucking burn you alive. Bring it on, you fucking dragon. This is where they seem to be really fucking angry. This is where he says, like, can you two calm down? I'm here to literally talk to the dragon, wasn't I? Not for you titans to literally fight inside my body. This is where, well, driving the scoffs, and this is where the Juby also scoffs. This is where, well, Drake kind of looks down and says, okay, so I guess you finally awoken my power. Even if it took the fucking help and lifelines of that stupid 10 tails bastard. This is where, well, the Juby just looked at him right now angry. This is where, well, right now also having his eye, if he had an eyebrow twitch, but yeah. But this is where, well, mostly Drake kind of just looks at what's it called, Issei. But still, hello there. I am the Heavily Red Dragon Emperor. And well, you are my new user. Now, ever since you were younger, I would have talked to you, kind of, but you weren't strong enough, so of course, yeah. But your body has become so much stronger during the 14 years of you having that thing over there. He points behind him, right now pointing at what's it called, the Juby. The Juby says, how about you fucking call me by my name, you bastard? This is where, well, Drake says, I ain't calling you anything. This is where, well, the Juby says, stupid fucking dragon. Stupid fucking tail-being bastard. This is where, well, they're basically getting angry at each other, but yeah. But this is where, well, he says, sweat dropping. He says that, okay, so if you're the Red Heavenly Dragon before, he just intervened before they actually decide to start fucking, like, tossing it down and literally starting to fight each other, but yeah. Somehow, even though the gate literally pushes anything away from, well, mostly if you're not there to take out the, well, mostly until the complex seal, or if you're being inside it, yeah, you basically push away if you're trying to forcibly get in or get out. But yeah. But this is where, well, Mostly Issei said, okay. So, you're the Red Heavenly Dragon Emperor. So can you tell me a little bit more about the supernatural, since I'm guessing you know more than, well, the Jubi does. As our dragon says, here, Dad, I know a lot more than you do. This is where, well, the Jubi scoffs and says, of course you would know more than I do. You're an ancient ass dragon that literally has, I don't know, fought against God, I guess. Well, look here. I might have never, well, I have fought against God also, but look here. I've been here for more than you have ever been born, you stupid fucking dragon. But look here. I'm not literally tossing down and fighting the supernatural or whatever they fucking call themselves, because I didn't give a damn. You, on the other hand, I don't know why you're still here, but it looks like you were still in literally a gauntlet. At least I was still inside people, and literally I can easily escape them. You could never escape this gauntlet, so I need you to shut the fuck up. This is where, well, Drake scoffs and says, why couldn't you escape Issei then? Oh no, his chakra makes me calm down. Other than that, if you weren't here, I literally would have just made this kid much more stronger than you can ever just blink. That's where, well, Drake scoffs and says, yeah, right, you stupid fucking. This is where, well, he says, come on, just tell me what the supernatural so I can easily go back to sleep. This is where he says, Hori getting fucking annoyed with the two giant like, kaiju starting to about to like throw down and start trying to fight each other, but yeah. This is where, well, Drake goes back on and decides to tell, well, Issei about the supernatural. This is where, well, he tells him about the fallen angels, the devils, and of course, all of whatever above from that. Even the different, what's it called, and the other pantheons, mostly the different gods and Buddhisms, and yeah, you get the point. This is where, well, Issei nods, and of course, the where, well, Drake says, well, that's all I know. This is where, well, the Jubi says, well, you really don't know much. This is where, well, Drake says, shut the hell up. But I can teach you my abilities. This is where, well, the Jubi scoffs and says, I don't think he would need your abilities. I think he just needs my abilities. This is where Drake is right now getting quite angry. And he says, okay, I'm just leaving. This is where Issei just decides to go back out of the mindscape and then fall fucking asleep. But yeah. But this is where, well, Drake and the Jubi literally started having an argument. Literally a battle fucking argument. But yeah. Which Issei managed to disconnect before they started arguing. But yeah. But of course, the next day he wakes up, and of course, this is where he feels a little bit much better. He did woke up at 11. Now, of course, well, the doorbell has been ringing so many damn times that no one has basically answered. Matsui has been fucking asleep and didn't give a damn. Murahama fell asleep after a while, even though, yeah, he's been staying up for 3 days. But this is where, well, the doorbell has been being ring, knocked, basically so many times, and this is where Issei kind of woke up. He woke up, kind of went downstairs after hearing the doorbell be ring often, so many times. And when he opens it without a care in the fucking world, he sees Ria's Grimory. Well, yeah, Ria's Grimory, Sona, Sifri, and of course, where, well, they have, what's it called, Sanji. Aika is there for some reason, and of course having her kind of queen with her, mostly a purplish hair girl named Takana. But of course, well, there's also someone who has what's it called, or pretty much they're just there, and of course Issei said, "Oh hell no." Issei literally said that under his breath, and Sanji says, so he said, that's where he said closes the door, doesn't care, locks the door and just walks away. Like hell no, he's not. This is too damn early to just be dealing with them. So yeah, no. This is where, well, he said Matsui Murahama, we have people outside. Very fucking dangerous people. Wake your asses up. Now of course this is where, well, when they hear, what's it called, behind the door, they did mention here, Issei literally screamed at, well, not at the top of his lungs, but he was basically just telling, what's it called, Matsui Murahama to wake their asses up because, well, he did say that there's dangerous people outside, which both of them did wake up. Mostly, what's it called, Murahama wakes up and looks down at his cameras, and of course realized, oh, fuck. This is where, well, Matsui says, wait, what? What do you mean, dangerous people? No, son of a bitch. Damn it. Who are they anyway? Ria, Sona, and of course, Takana. Oh shit, why is one of the 4 Oni-sans are here? Or mostly one of the 3 Oni-sans. Where's that fifth? What's the 4th one? Wadahama, do you know where the 4th one's at? This is where Wadahama uses Byakugan. This is where he's looking all around the house, and this is where he says, no, I don't know where that one's at. Damn it, where's she? If there's already 3 of them, and the 4th one must be somewhere fucking around. What about the other, like, sub Oni-sans or whatever? You mean the other 8 or whatever? Or, well, there's a total of 8 of them. So, of course, like, they're kind of, I'm gonna say queens. This is where, well, Matsui said, yeah, those queens or whatever, since they're double parage or whatever. Shit. Oh, no. I can't use the Byakugan. Monohama says, I guess you're right. He's looking around and, of course, doesn't see them. But, of course, does notice what's called the double, mostly double still being at the front door. Still knocking, and Ika's still ringing the bell. Now, of course, Ika is literally trying to explain or just scream at Issei not to get all excited and right now trying to literally try to kill them. This is where, well, Issei gets to his room really fast. Right now, changes clothes. Right now, wearing a silver, what's it called, outfit. Mostly different from his black outfit, but mostly kind of looks silverish armor. Mostly, well, not silverish armor. He mostly kind of didn't manage to put seals upon it. But pretty much, these seals are mostly those who resistant to any elements or anything that mostly devils might try to attack him with. Like devil magic, he's resistant to it. And if anyone dares to attack him, he can literally send that shit back towards them. But yeah, mostly they're magical attack because it does kind of mostly, well, I guess, let me say something. It does have a weird ability, mostly the silverish outfit. Think of it, it kind of looks like, how should I say, it kind of looks like, so mostly his white coat kind of looks like Loki's kind of like outfit a little bit, but yeah. Except for the like silver pant, well, except for the white pants and like white shoes, but mostly the coat looks like that. But of course, this is where, well, he puts on black pants, and of course, this is where, well, he puts on like these sandals, black sandals, and this is where, well, he gets some like swords and other stuff from his like, mostly closet that mostly has a seal just to pull out some swords, and this is where, well, Matsui is going in his room getting some weapons. This is where Mahama's doing the same. This is where, well, they say, so how you want to do this? This is where, well, they go on the plan. And of course, Aika is still screaming outside saying, ugh. This is where, well, Ria said, I don't think this was a great idea. Sona says, then why the fuck did you come along with me? This is where Takana says, I only came here because Aika wanted to come. This is where Aika says, but why did you have to do that? Was it called, King-san? This is where, well, Takana says, because I gotta make sure that the boy you like is pretty much the perfect boy. This is where I could blush and say, no, that we only went on one date. Leave me alone. This is where, well, mostly Sanji's is there saying, I came along just to protect, well, Sona. And this is where, well, Sona said, she scoffs a little bit saying, yeah, protect me how? Clearly the person that we're dealing with is much more dangerous than any of us expected. Mostly Aika sweats off and says, yeah, sorry about that. This is where, well, she kind of apologized to her king. And this is where, well, her king says, nah, it's fine. It's actually quite interesting to see someone who is technically supposed to be human kind of be that dangerous. This is where, well, Ria does have, what's it called, her, well, she doesn't have her queen. She does have, well, Kiba, just in case, because Kiba wanted to come along. Mostly come along because, well, he is worried for his king. But yeah, this is where, well, the door opens and none other steps out than it's Matsui. This is where, well, Matsui says, can I fucking help you? Now, of course, Matsui right now has his, like, illusion out of, well, he's dispelled his illusion. So instead of looking like a bald, what's it called, bald teenager, he looks like, what's it called, someone that has long black onyx hair, like very jet black hair. This is where, well, mostly his jet black hair, he kind of looks like, what's it called, so this is what he kind of just looks like, but yeah. So he just looks like that. Of course, where, well, he still hasn't summoned out a weapon from as I can, but pretty much he looks like that. He has black, mostly jet black hair, and of course, where, well, it's kind of like the midnight sky. That's what it kind of looks like. His eyes are onyx color. Of course, where, well, he kind of does have a little bit of darker skin, but yeah. This is where he's wearing a black kind of shirt, but of course with blue jeans pants. He doesn't have armor because he doesn't really need it right now. Because even if these devils do try to attack him, he can easily just substitute and try to kick their ass. And even if they try to hurt their house, they always had seals around it. But yeah. So of course, yeah, even the damage would just repair on its own later. But this is where, well, Matsui does have a cigarette on his mouth. And of course, where Matsui says, "What the hell do you want?" This is where, well, they're surprised to see, well, this might be Matsui because literally Matsui says, "What the hell do you want? Do you not know this is my fucking house?" This is where, well, they're not surprised this is Matsui because they don't know which one it is. But this is where, well, Ryo says, "Yes, we're looking for Issei, Matsui, and Murahama." This is where, well, mostly Ryo didn't say that, mostly Sona said that. This is where Matsui says, he scoffs and says, "You're looking at one of them. The name's Matsui." This is where Matsui didn't say his last name because he's not that prideful and arrogant to literally just say his last name out loud and proud, but yeah. And this is where, well, Sona wind her eyes and say, but isn't Matsui supposed to be bald?" Matsui scoffs and says, "I guess you can say that, but exactly what the fuck do you all want?" This is where, well, Matsui has very killer intent behind his eyes just so they can literally fuck off real fast. This is where, well, Sanji says, "Hey man, that's no way to speak to a lady." That's where Matsui kind of clears with one of his eyes. And I should mention, one of his, mostly his black hair is being covered up mostly one of his eyes. So of course, mostly black bangs are covering one of his eyes. And of course, he does have like this white kind of like headband on top of his head. That's just because, well, he's not hurt or anything. He just kind of has that right there. He kind of already has a headache with him. So yeah. Is that right? Well, Matsui scoffs and says, "Kid, if you don't fuck off any damn time, I'm gonna kick you into the fucking teeth." This is where, well, Sanji says, "I would like to see you try." This is where, well, before even Sanji could react, Sona already grabs him from the collar and like pull him back because Sanji would have easily had a Senbon literally stabbed to his head, but it fly past him and stabbed mostly in the ground. This is where, well, mostly Matsui already had what's it called, Senbons already ready in his hand. This is where, well, he already just flicks one of them towards the well, Sanji. This is where Matsui says, "I don't really like your threatening tone. And it seems that you literally tried to threaten me. And I don't give a damn in why devils are literally at my house. Actually, it's the creepiest fucking thing. So either you fuck off or I literally will kill you." This is where Matsui is getting angry and annoyed with him. Now, of course, this is his true personality. His, well, fake personality is literally him being the mostly the bald pervert. But of course, his true personality is very angry and annoyed, and can easily get pissed off so easily because he's an Uchiha. But yeah. But of course, he isn't arrogant or prideful half the time, but very angry and pissed off most of the time. He always kind of has this glaring look. And his, what's it called, Genjutsu say he must look kind of bald, and of course, mostly just trying to make sure that people think that he's kind of nice or something, mostly a pervert nice or something. But pretty much in his actual true form, he looks like an angry version of any Uchiha. This is where, well, and also can, yeah, like I mentioned, getting pissed off really easily. This is where, well, once he scoffs and says, "Either you, well, how should I say, either you devils fuck off, or I'm gonna kill you." This is where, well, Kiba thinks of this like a threat and decides to rush at Matsui and into Matsui dodges and knees what's it called, Kiba in the stomach, right now pushing him away. This is where, well, Rio's winding her eyes, and this is where she was about to use her magic, and this is where, well, Matsui says, "Don't you even dare try, princess. Even if you want to try and hit me with your damn magic, I didn't even use magic. Clearly, I only used my fucking hands. So either if you use your magic, I will have to retaliate and use my own techniques to defeat you. So I suggest you don't even try." This is where, well, Maria glares at him and says, "Why should I listen to you then?" This is where, well, she was about to use it until Sona says, "Stop it already." Damn it, I wanted to mostly calm them down. This is where, well, Rhea said she was getting irritated, but she went to go check on what they call mostly, well, Kiba. That was strong knee that I couldn't even swing my sword fast enough. He coughs a little bit, just like some spit, but yeah. This is where, well, Takana says, if you want, I can heal you. This is where, well, Kiba says, thank you, Takana-san. This is where, well, Akana, or not Akana, mostly Aka, or not, wait, let me see. Mostly I could kind of just glare at Matsui for a little bit, but of course it worked well. She's then wondering if Issei looks different than what's called Matsui, because if Matsui is supposed to be supposed to be bald and of course a pervert, but this Matsui seems to be really angry, and of course looks like this. Now of course she would kind of rate what's it called his pervert bald illusion, which that's the only way she can actually explain, to be like a 1 out of 10. Actually be kind of negative 1 out of 10. But this Matsui right now that's standing in front of her that's literally smoking a cigarette, even though cigarettes are supposed to be bad for teenagers, or well anyone entirely, but of course she will rate what's it called this Matsui to be like the bad boy type, and of course to be also a very aggressive type, but to be like a 8 out of 10. Mostly his cigarettes makes it such a bad habit, but of course the bad boy aggressive type mostly will make any girl kind of like him really fast. But of course, Aika says, where's Issei at? This is where she kind of walks up to Matsui. Matsui says, if you get close to the door, I will blast you with something if you don't go away. He scoffs and gets annoyed. This is where, Aika gets annoyed, and this is where, she was about to use what's it called her sacred gear to kind of get through him. But this is where, Sanji, he then, tries to attack him with his own sacred gear and launches it straight towards, Matsui. And Matsui just scoffed, and this is where he was about to pull something until mostly, before even Sanji can even touch or use his sacred gear against the Matsui, he felt like his body just shuts down and slams down to the ground. This is where, both Taka, not Taka, let me say her name again. Takana, a purplish hair girl, Rias, and even Kiba widened their eyes when basically, how should I say, Sanji was kind of close to them, well, mostly in the middle between them, but of course he's easily got defeated by someone that basically looks like this. So of course he kind of looks like this. Mostly that's how Murahama looks like. But yeah, his true, mostly true version. Not his illusion, but yeah, he kind of has, instead of being kind of white hair, which from the picture, he kind of has a lightish, like whitish bluish hair. Of course, he also has what's it called, these light bluish lavender eyes, and of course, he has a jacket on right now. Now, of course, he has his glasses right now on top of his hair, but of course, he easily kind of has veins bulging out from his eyes. Of course, right now, using the gentle fist to easily knock out Sanji without letting Sanji even dare to attack, Murahama. Or, not Murahama, Matsui. So, yeah, this is kind of Murahama's true, mostly true show. But, of course, his glasses is just a bonus to literally hide his eyes, but yeah. This is where, what's it called? Murahama, this is how he truly looks like. And of course, there are Akana, not Akana, mostly Aika kind of says that he will basically be a 7 out of 10 because maybe his blue hair, yeah, it's not that good looking, but yeah. Well, it's not like lightish blue hair, it's like a kind of like darkish, but yeah, it's not darkish, but just in the middle. It kind of looks like an aqua blue, but yeah. This is where, next, this is where, I could say, damn it. This is where, Sona widened her eyes when easily was a car. Her, pawn, 4-piece pawn got knocked out pretty easily. Murahama says he scoffs and has this kind of, not angry look like was a car, not Murahama. Bleh. Let me say that again. Murahama kind of has a look that's different from what's called Matsui. Matsui has an angry and aggressive look. Can easily be pissed off and be aggressive most of the time. Murahama, on the other hand, has a very stoic look and kind of just glares at anyone daring to try to attack one of his best friends. Mostly his childhood best friend. Because yes, Murahama and Matsui are literally best friends. This is where, I could kind of sees what's it called, his stoic look kind of be a bonus for any girl that actually likes stoic guys. And of course, anyone that there's also kind of looks to be kind of loyal, like a good friend or something like that. This is where, well, I guess that does raise up those two. This is where, well, his kind of outfit isn't like, what's it called, mostly, well, I'm gonna change his kind of look. His hair isn't spiky. It's mostly kind of looks smooth, and of course, kind of have like a ponytail. He does have like a blue kind of jacket, black kind of, mostly it's like a turtleneck kind of shirt, but yeah, long sleeve. And of course, he has black pants and black shoes, but yeah. He doesn't have a symbol for like the Hidden Leaf Village. He just has a symbol mostly for his clan, but yeah. Well, not for his clan, but that's where, well. But Hama kind of just scoffs, and he does have like a bow and arrow and other stuff on his back. And this is where, well, he kind of says, I suggest you people really piss off. This is where, well, what Hama said. Now, of course, he does have a mouthful, but man, this is where, well, mostly he kind of been along with Matsui for the longest point, and Matsui always has a mouthful to literally be cussing out the enemy, cussing out anyone, cussing out literally the fuck anyone that literally pisses him off. But yeah. Murahama is a calm stoic like Hyuga, but he's been with Matsui, who is basically well, not arrogant, an aggressive, angry Uchiha. But yeah, this is where, well, and mouthful half the time. But yeah, this is where, well, Murahama says, now will you all leave us alone already? This is where, well, someone was actually now really thinking of attacking them. But this is where Aika was actually about to attack them. Well, she started using her sacred gear, and she was about to activate it until her hand was grabbed, and she was actually pulling tight to be hugged. This is where, well, Murahama and Matsui didn't bat an eye. They already know that this is Issei, and Issei is just kind of like being happy around Aika. This is where Aika's face is all pinkish and reddish, and of course, Takana and the others kind of widen their eyes. Now, Issei, what he truly looks like isn't what's it called, the brownish brunette hair person, but instead has what's it called, silvery white hair, being really smooth. Of course, it's kind of also spiky, but it's pretty long. Let me show you. So he kind of has it like this. His hairstyle is like that. His actually true hairstyle. Of course, it's silverish, whitish kind of. It's also kind, well, it's silverish and it's kind of snowy white. And of course, well, his eyes aren't actually like the color brunette kind of brown color, but instead they're actually a golden color, because when he was born he actually had golden eyes, and of course silver snowy white hair. But of course, well, his clothing is kind of like silverish white, like I mentioned, kind of looks like Loki. But yeah, and this is where, well, Issei says, I'm so happy that you're not dead. This is where Issei kind of whispers it. At the same time, Kanza smells her, because she actually smells quite amazing. This is where, well, Aika says, Issei. This is where, in her words, Issei's kind of, well, mostly he kind of looks like. Because mostly he seems to be nice, friendly, and other things, but at the same time he can be easily stoic, angry, and annoyed. But yeah, this is where, well, his Suzuka ratings would be kind of that of infinity out of 10. But yeah, this is where, in her words, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei then kind of lets go of her. Now, of course, he does have palish skin. It's not as palish as any Utsutsuki, but still kind of palish. And of course, the where, well, he's just smiling at her. This is where Aika said, Issei. This is where she's stuttering so much. Of course, she didn't even activate her sacred gear. She's just so stuttery around Issei, because Issei is also a little bit much taller than her. This is where, well, Issei just grins at her, and this is where, well, Aika is wanting to just pass out any damn time. But yeah. Now, of course, they had a plan to just let, what's it called, Matsui deal with it. But then they realized that, yeah, even if they let Matsui deal with it, there's a good chance that, well, he might actually piss them off enough that, well, they might react into Matsui kind of having to fight all of them by themselves. So, of course, well, Murahama went down there just to kind of beat up Sanji. Then this is where Issei appeared. Not to hurt Aika, but kind of hug her. This is where, well, because, well, Murahama and, well, Matsui already knows that he has a thing for Aika. This is where, well, Aika saying, Issei, this is where Issei grins and says, oh, so you want to move into, what's it called, stage 2? This is where he grins and kind of smirks a little bit. And this is where Aika's face becomes red and passes out. This is where, well, Issei kind of just gave us a little and laughed a little bit, but this is where Takana, she kind of just smiles, seeing Aika kind of antics and easily just pass out. Even though, well, Issei is considered to be the enemy. But this is where, well, she just grins that what's it called, her bishop is kind of acting like a normal schoolgirl now for a while. But yeah, this is where, well, but other than that, Rias kind of glares and says, what is the meaning of this? This is where her energy spikes up right now, getting angry at all of them. Mostly angry at Matsui and Murahama, and this is where they get annoyed. This is where, well, Matsui was about to, like, use his energy, his, like, what's it called, chakra to, right now, seal her kind of pressure points away. And, of course, where, well, that's how Murahama was. But Matsui was about to use the copy version of using the gentle fist for the Murahama's, and kind of permanently freaking seal her magic away. But yeah, but not the point. He kind of has a half-assed version, but still it managed to work pretty well. But this is where, well, Issei kind of walks past what's called Sona, and of course, not Sanji, Matsui tells Matsui to kind of look over Aika, and of course, this is where he walks past Sona very softly, like his footsteps are walking so softly. This is where, well, he walks past what's it called, Murahama, and what's it called, Sanji. Even though he's on the ground capacity because he's unable to move, but yeah. This is where Issei stands right in front of her, and this is where her energy is blowing up in the air. But this is where, well, Issei shows up a little bit of the Ten Tails, mostly the Jubi's power. But the Jubi smirks and say, "Show that bitch who's the true boss out here." This is where, well, Issei glows with the silverish color of power, and right now smashes upon what's it called, Rias, and her power is literally just being pushed down back into her body in an instant. Issei right now, his eyes are transformed into the Renegon in an instant of flash. This is where Issei says, "Calm yourself down before I annihilate you at this point." This is where Rias shuts up in an instant, right now submits in an instant because Issei shows more power than he contains. So of course, this is where, well, Matsui grins, and this is where Murahama just smirks a little bit. This is where, well, Matsui says, "Stupid bitch. Who the hell does she think she is going against Issei? Issei literally doesn't have any time for arrogant ass people." This is where, well, Sona won her eyes the power that he displayed. It was much more powerful than that, the destruction magic. Actually, it looks like the destruction magic was getting nullified in her instant or being just erased from existence by just the sheer power that was called Issei has. This is where Issei, he did, I should also mention, he did use kind of Drake's power and also what's it called, the Jubi's power to literally just fucking make her just submit down. Just because even though she was angry and arrogant, she's like a spoiled little brat, Issei didn't have any damn time for that. He already grew up already. Ever since he was kind of the age of 6, he grew up faster than anyone else because of everything that he went through. He doesn't have time to deal with a spoiled little brat. This is where, well, Rias kind of gets scared. Takana kind of just looks at Rias. Kiba, he's not able to move at all. Instead, his, what's it called, mostly his instinct is to run away from Issei in an instant because Issei's powers, nothing to be laughing at. Issei said, "You saw me in such a bad state about a couple of 3 days ago. I was in a berserk state. But no longer I'm in the berserk state. Instead, I'm in my confidence kind of state. You've been pissing me off, devil. Either you fuck off mostly fuck off my land. And yes, this is my land because I bought it. And yes, it's been here for a while. Mostly some people bought it for me before you took over what's it called, Kuo. So either you fuck off my land or I decide to annihilate you at once. I don't give a damn if your fucking father, grandfather, fucking, I don't give a damn even if you're the fucking relative of Lucifer. Shows up one day to try to kick my ass. I will annihilate them all at once." Issei said in such a, what's it called, dictator, well, mostly, not a dictator voice, mostly like a tyrant, powerful, very powerful, like words coming out of his mouth. Very powerful, like he was confident as hell that he will annihilate everyone, whoever stands in his fucking way. This is where, well, or whoever dares to even hurt like his best friends. Because Issei has been best friends with what's it called, Matsue Murahama for basically the longest point ever. Ever since he was born, he basically met up with them in his past life, mostly in his childhood life. And of course, they've been basically his best friends, like truly brothers to him. And if they ever get hurt, he will annihilate anyone. This is where, well, Rias kind of backs away from, what's it called, Issei, because she is getting scared. This is where, well, Issei has the power to literally annihilate gods for being such an annoyment. This is where, well, Issei then kind of tells her to go away. Issei turns around, and of course, this is where Ria, she doesn't have any words to say because she was kind of acting a little bit bratty and kind of getting annoyed from the fact that Matsue and Murahama are basically stronger than what's called, or mostly hurt some pawns of theirs, mostly, yeah. But of course, Issei shows to be much more powerful than that of Matsue and Murahama combined. But of course, that's just because Matsue and Murahama don't really show off their powers that much. But of course, Issei, on the other hand, he gets really angry easily when you hurt someone that he actually cares about. So yeah, this is where, well, Issei said, now either you fuck off, or, well, you fuck off and forget about this situation and let us just go back to school, or we fucking decide to just leave Kuo, we will go somewhere else, and you can fucking deal with the fallen angels and other things. Because we clearly didn't want to get involved, but the fallen angels had been pissing me off, Issei said clearly, getting annoyed. That's why, well, Ria says, that's our problem, you don't need to deal with it. Issei said, huh? Did you say something? Oh, let me say one thing. That's not your choice no more. I don't give a damn if you're gonna get angry again and try to use your power. Use it again and I'll use more than just, how should I say, 20, or not even 25. That wasn't even 25% of his power. This is where, well, he said 10% of my fucking power to suppress your ass down. I will make sure that only my just sheer will fucking power will crush you and turn you to dust in an instant. Issei said with this angry tone of voice. This is where he gets scared in an instant. That was only 10%. Yes, that was actually only 10%. Issei kind of showed off. Because you see here, he has the 10 tails with him, and that was only like, well, it wasn't kind of 10%. It was mostly like 5%. But yeah, he only lied about that just because why not? But of course, just to scare her away, just so he wouldn't look too arrogant also. But this is where, well, Juby says, no, you should have said that was only 1% of my power. This is where, well, he says, I'm not going to say something like that. He said in his mind, escape. This is where, well, Juby says you could have easily scared her and tell her to fuck off. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei then says, but other than that, Grimmery, I don't give a damn in what you're talking about. So either you fuck off, or leave me alone when I can easily kill those damn Fallens in an instant. Now, fuck off. This is where, well, Issei stomps the ground, and this is where, well, the earth around, mostly around what's it called, Rias, Takana, and even what's it called, Kiba, were kind of literally being carried out of what's it called, the gate, being thrown out because there is a gate around their house, because it's like a mansion a little bit. And of course, where, well, Issei decides to touch what's it called, Sanji, and did kind of put a seal on Kiba, like stab upon him, like a kunai stab upon him. And of course, he also a little bit. This is where Rias was still shocked and didn't react fast enough with Kiba. And of course, Issei touches what's it called, well, Sanji, he teleports, touches what's it called, Sona, she teleports, and this is where he then puts a hand sign up to his face and says, activate. This is where, well, the gate, mostly the black gate that's around their kind of house, decide to activate. Right now, kind of being powered with chakra. And of course, it's cracking with blue lightning all around. So of course, anyone there should try to, like, touch it. They're going to get just paralyzed there for days. But yeah, until someone just knocked them out. But yeah. But of course, because there's just tons of fucking lightning bolt kind of just coursing through it. But of course, even if they try to fly over it, it's kind of a barrier, an invisible barrier that literally they'll still get shocked. They're done. Even if they go all the way in the tippity top and try to find a weak point, yeah, that ain't happening any damn point. But yeah. Issei, he then kind of goes up to what's it called Akana, or not Akana, mostly Aika, and just waits. This is where he grins at her. This is where he just sits down and puts Aika on the bench, just waiting. But yeah, this is where, well, Matsui and Murahama just sighs, but this is where, well, Matsui stays outside still smoking the cigarette because he's just gonna wait for that shit to be over. And this is where Murahama goes inside and says, well, I'm going back to watching TV. Matsui says, shit, I'll be ready to make food after a while. This is where, well, mostly he just blows out some smoking yam. This is where he's looking at what's called the devils, and the devils are still pretty shocked with all of them. And of course, where, well, Matsui couldn't just resist and flip them off, literally just telling them to fuck off. But yeah. Now, of course, where, well, the kunai that was on Kiba's leg did already turn to dust after a while because it was only a kunai made out of yin chakra. But yeah, or not, yeah, yin chakra, but yeah. So, of course, yeah, it wasn't truly physically made, but yeah. But of course, well, a couple of hours passed, and of course, well, was calm. The devils did leave. Of course, Sakano was worried about Aika. But of course, this is where she wasn't that worried because pretty much the pressure of, well, power wasn't actually a point against her. Actually, it wasn't even a point against Sona. It was a point against Sanji to make sure that he stays down. Rias, Kiba, but not, well, none of the others. But yeah. It was mostly that power of pressure was only appointing those that actually piss him the fuck off. Now, of course, we're talking to thinks that Issei isn't going to do anything to, what's it called, Aika? Probably because, well, Issei pretty much likes her way too much. So, of course, this is where she's just happy to see, well, mostly her bishop acts normal, like a normal schoolgirl without being kind of too perverted. But yeah. This is where, well, or kind of being the type of man-eater. And of course, Issei isn't a pervert that much. Mostly from the first glance of his true form, he looks to be a gentle, kind person. But of course, has a very dark path. Or mostly, not dark path, but dark past. But of course, she doesn't ask or question that much. This is where, well, when Aika wakes up after a while, yes, Matsui did go back inside to make food, but yeah. Because literally, he's an Uchiha and he knows how to make food. Motohama was a Hyuga and he's not that good at making food. And Issei, even though he's in Uzutsuki, yeah, he sucks at making food. But not the point. What's it called? He's right now making food for like 4 people. Himself, Motohama, Issei, and even Aika. So yeah, when Aika wakes up, this is where, well, Issei is reading a book. Well, mostly, yeah, reading a book. And this is where, well, Aika said, what happened? Issei said, oh, hey there. You're finally awake. This is where, well, his hair is literally covering up one of his eyes. And of course, where one of his kind of like golden eyes is piercing into Aika's kind of olive eyes. And this is where, well, she's blushing and saying, where am I? You're outside on a bench. But yeah, this is where, well, Aika says, oh, interesting. This is where, well, she gulps a little bit and looks at, well, Issei. And this is where, well, Issei said, so when do you want to start second base? This is where Aika says, no. She's all stuttery, and this is where, well, Issei's just chuckling and saying, I'm just kidding. We first gotta go on other dates before we go on to second stage. Or maybe we can skip second stage and go into third stage. Or how you want to go into it. This is where, well, that was happening, and of course Aika was blushing, all kind of flustered and other stuff. This is where Issei kind of puts his arm around her, and this is where, well, Issei said, so, when do you want to plan our dates? This is where, well, Aika is all blushing and all well, kind of her hair is all messy. And this is where, well, she says, This is where, well, Issei just loves just teasing her a little bit, but yeah. This is where Issei says, well, I should kind of revert back to my kind of illusion, shouldn't I? Because you probably is stuttering because of my kind of true form, isn't it? This is where, well, I could say, no. It really doesn't matter. And this is where, well, Aika is blushing. Even she can barely even look into his golden eyes. And this is where he says kind of hears Matsui saying, "Food is ready. Get inside." This is where he grins and says, "Well, food is ready. So wanna come and eat?" That's where I could say sure. But this is where I'm gonna leave it off. So yeah. Have a nice day and other stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here. So bye.